Hello again, YouTube. Truthman here. Another content by request from Reality Pill. He says, could you explore how a lot of so-called religious women look to dominate and trick men into emotions like crying and feelings, then dump them? The religious women do that, but non-religious women do this as well. This is why I saw a short with Anthony Spade. Him and Austin? What's his name? Austin Denham. Was that Austin? It was another one of those content creators. They both agreed that you shouldn't show your emotions to women. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like 50-50 with it because... Wait, hold on. Let me go back to it. Give me a second. Because to me, that's one way that you can vet a woman. Like when you see how she reacts to your emotions. Now, I remember, I told y'all about this before, that I used to go with a girl that was pregnant at the time. I didn't care. She was fine. Light skin. You know, she was fine. She was pregnant by somebody else. So, we laying in the bed. You know how you have pillow talk and stuff. She was telling me about, and she had kids, man. Like, the difference, see, it's different dealing with single mothers now than it was back then. It had a set of challenges back then. But guys just used to move around. And I got a sneeze. But she was telling me how the dude jumped on her, just kept hitting her in her ear. And they had to reconstruct her ear. And she had this little, you could tell she got stitches right there, but it looked like a little clamp or something that she had on her ear. She's telling me the story. I got emotional, like, because she was real nice. I liked her and stuff like that. And I was like, man, that's messed up. I'm getting kind of emotional right there. So, to me, she didn't act no different. She got mad at me for something totally different. I just was, hey, man, like my body count, most of that body count came between 1994 and 1996. Those 3 years. Like, and I say 35, but I believe it's more than that, man. It could be like 40 maybe. But most of it came in those 3 years. A few before that, most of it came in those 3 years. And so I was dealing with her. But I had other ones too, like my pager was blowing up for many reasons. We had pagers back then. And she got mad at me for something totally different. Like, it seemed like to me that women back then, emotions didn't bother them. Because I told y'all about the time where I met this group of women. I pulled up on, I didn't even care. It was like 5 of them. And I just pulled up on them, start talking. I was by myself. So, I had the biggest one, y'all. It was Amazon. She was tall and big. But that night, my guys, like, they got to crying and stuff. Like, because I said, come on, man. I'm laughing at them like, man, y'all can't handle the toxic waste. That's what I used to call a drink that I used to make. It had all type of stuff in it, dark, light. It used to cost me like $150 to make. But they crying and stuff. Them girls didn't think nothing of it. That's something now. That's not how it didn't used to be like that, man. I'm telling you. That's something now. Guys used to, in the 90s, guys would ride around playing Michael Jackson in cars with Daytons on them. They'll be playing the Isley Brothers Michael Jackson, all type of stuff. Nobody didn't say he's soft. It was different. So that night, everybody got to home plate, even though them dudes was crying in front of them girls. I'm like, come on, man. So, and then I'm gonna show you something. This how it was in the night. Women really didn't respond negatively towards a man who shows emotion. Remember on Boys in the Hood even? Remember when Trey just snapped out? What happened? He ended up getting some, didn't he? From Nia Long. But that's because it was different back then when it come to this. Like showing emotions and stuff. Now women don't want to dump you. Now it's like this, and I be having to tell my sons, stay busy. Stop showing these women too much attention because they're going to dog you out. Now, I was told that some girl that he liked it, put him in the friend zone. And I told him, I said, man, friend zone, end zone, man, forget that. So down the line, she ended up deleting him. That's how it is now. So going back, finishing off the story that I started out with, when those guys was crying, talking about that's my brother, man, I'm looking at them like, dude, come on, man. I'm thinking that that's gonna mess up everything. It didn't. I went up in the attic with, it was, you know how you pull the string, and the stairs come out. I went up in the attic. They went where they went. They got quiet. We all came back a little while later, and then we left. I think we went over there a couple of times. We didn't deal with them too much, though. I don't remember why, but we didn't deal with them too much. But it was different in the 90s when it come to men showing emotion. Now, he acts mainly about religious women. Look to dominate and trick men into emotions. Like, they'll tell you it's all right to show emotion, but then in their mind, they'll be acting like you're a little punk. And if some of them, you get into arguments with them, they'll bring it up. That's how it is now. Religious women are more like Jezebel collectively. I ain't saying all of them, but I'm saying more of them are like Jezebel than they are like Ruth or like Sarah or like the other virtuous women that are mentioned in the Bible. So the fact that they like Jezebel is the reason why you got to watch out for trying to show them too much emotion. You go to church with them, the Most High get to tapping you on the shoulder. I'm going to tell you something, man. Y'all can say what y'all want about being atheists and this, that, and the other, right? From my experience, this is my experience, the Most High will touch you. And if he touches you or looks at you, even though you can't see him, it's going to make you emotional. If his presence is on you, if he put his arm around you, if an angel put their arm around you, you can't see them, but you can feel it. It's going to make you emotional. So you go to church with these women, they see you cry, you get baptized and stuff, you start crying like a baby. I remember one time when I was going to church. I'm thugged out. Pager going off. Illegal activities on the pager. I'm in church. I'm sitting there thinking like, man, what should I do? I'm making so much money out here. I'm having fun out here. Blah, blah, blah. Then the dude said, He said, I know what you're thinking. He's looking right at me. He said, let it go. And when he said, let it go, it seemed like something just left. I just got to crying. I went up there. I wasn't no crier like that. I went up there and, I did the prototypical stuff to get saved. You don't get saved by what you say in a prayer. You get saved by what happens in your heart. That's why so many hypocrites in the church, because they'll go up there and they'll say, Lord Jesus, I am a sinner, the sinner's prayer or whatever, but they wasn't feeling it. It wasn't a part of them. It wasn't like embedded in their heart. So they go into church now, but they the same. Happens all the time. Because that's an interpersonal matter of the heart. So yes, they do look to dominate and trick men into emotion. Like, it's all right. But then you get into an argument with them and they make it implying that you soft. Or I've seen this with myself and with other people. And what is this on my coat? They'll entice you to anger, and then when you act out, they'll try to bring up your salvation. Say you acting like a demon. This, that. They'll dump you. But listen, he's right. They will dump you. They will. Like, religious women will dump you. Like, sometimes it be because they got their eye on somebody in the church. No, the religious women is some of the sneakiest women ever. Those, to me, a woman who's religious is like the hardest woman to deal with. Because if she goes and do something, she gonna do everything she can to hide it from you. She gonna get on her knees and try to repent. And then after she done repenting, she's gonna hide her adulterous ways from you. Those be sending them pictures of their middle stick, and they'll be touching themselves over a picture. And then they'll come to you and bring up masturbation and try to condemn you when they just masturbated. So they dominate. Part of the way women try to dominate, in particular religious women, is double standards. Any woman that you allow to dominate you is going to do one of these things I'm about to mention. It's going to make your life a living hell. Miserable. She's going to cheat on you. Or she's going to dump you. You don't get anywhere by letting women dominate you. Remember JJ on Good Time? I know it's just a TV show, but I want to remember how Debbie Allen's character, when he fell in love with the drug addict, and how she convinced him to marry her, but then she went on a drug binge and left him in the hotel, and they was calling him to see where he was at, and he was just in the hotel, just sitting there looking sad. Man, that little show kind of got me, man. Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. I don't care. Some stuff done got me. The Elephant Man got me. I never watched that again. I sat and watched that one day. Man, my whole face was wet how they was doing that dude, man. And I'm talking about this kind of crime. I done seen movies. Like I was watching, I keep forgetting the name of it. It was this was the premise of the movie. It was a women's softball team, right? They used to play for money and stuff. They beat the other team, and then those guys start hunting them down, killing them. And so I'm sitting there watching this movie, man. And at the end, that end part was just too dramatic, man. It was just too much. So 3 of them survived. They got all them guys. They killed all them guys, right? And it just starts showing flashbacks of all their friends. The coaches, their friends, they got killed by these guys. And then it went back to them, and they limping off in the sunset crying and stuff. I was watching that like, man, that little movie got me at the end, man. I can't remember the name of it. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the name of the movie. All I gotta do is do a basic search. It might come up. Female softball horror. Horror movie. Yeah, this is it right here. Blood Games. That's the name of it. It was called Blood Games. It's an old movie. It's from 1990. Man, that end, man, that tore me up, man. That was crazy. I sat and watched that whole movie. It says, when an all-girl baseball team beats a group of rowdy roughnecks from a small town, they soon find themselves the prey in a deadly bounty hunt. Now they're playing for their lives. Man, that movie right there, it's the end part. The end, like the very last scene. Wait, hold on.
The story of an Indiana softball star.
I don't know what that was. That was YouTube. That's a true story. I think it might have happened. Something might have happened in real life. But just understand about these modern women, man. It's either you gonna dump them or they gonna dump you. But 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna get nowhere with them. Whether they religious or not religious. Here's how I think, and here's how you should think. Let go of all bitterness towards women. Just let it go. Whatever happened to you when it come to women, let that go. Let it go. But use the wisdom you gain from it, not as bitterness. Let go of the bitterness. Keep the wisdom. Y'all know how these women is by now, man. When a woman dumps you, she's doing you a favor. Think if you married her. Think if she pretended to like you. And this is what I try to get my sons to understand. I say, even if you get married and it seemed like she all into you, she could change her mind. They mother be getting all mad at me, but I be keeping them grounded. Cause my little son, when he was younger, like maybe 14, y'all gotta excuse me, I'm kind of congested. But he used to be online talking to girls and stuff like that. And some girl used to be like, I love you and all this stuff. And they was close, man. They used to spend all day together online. Out of the blue, she just started talking to some other dude that used to be online. All that I love you, this, that. I told him, I said, this is how they do. If a woman say to me, I love you, I'm gonna be like, show it. Show it. I don't want to hear it because I've heard it many times from many different women. Show it. Oh, I love you. Oh, you're such a hard worker. Then you ain't never here. You ain't never here. You don't spend no time with the kids. I thought I was a hard worker. Okay, I get it. Basically, what you're showing me is not to listen to you. Like the reality pill says, don't believe her words, believe her actions. That's deep. I'm going to believe your actions more than your words. Oh, I love you. Oh, you're the best I ever had. And then they get mad at you 6 years later. Technically, you're not the best I ever had. Oh, you the biggest I ever had. It's so big. Then, years later, well, really, you wasn't the biggest. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me that you dudes that watch this video, tell me in the comments if I'm telling the truth or not. Had this ever happened to you? Have you ever been dumped because a woman say you too sensitive or you're boring? That's what you talking about. That's what he wanted me to talk about. Listen, man. The main thing they can do for me, really, I don't even need them. I would want them to cook if they know how. I don't need them to cook because I know how to cook. I show stuff I make all the time. I ain't finna cook for them all the time. They have to really be something, man. I'm talking about they drain my nuts so bad they probably can have me sucking my thumb like, or something. Or they just all around good women. I'll cook for them. I don't believe in dogging good women. I don't believe in dogging women, period. I believe in dumping women. Like if I feel like I need to dog you, I need to dump you. It ain't that I need to dog you out. I need to dump you. And these dudes be talking about pump and dump. Yeah. I'll dump you if you start tripping them. But I'm one of them dudes, I'll keep tapping. As long as you ain't tripping on me, I'll keep tapping. So, let go of your bitterness. Anybody. If you sit in bitterness over this one back here, what if the one you gonna actually like a little bit come? You ain't gonna want to deal with her. You gonna be treating her like she the one back here. I don't think that's a good idea for us, man. I think that what we should do, the approach we should have is don't move too fast. Don't move too fast. Guard and protect your feelings. And as they give you an inch, you get them an inch. If they acting right, man, you think about it, man. If you got a woman that's not dog, see, this is where y'all mess up. Y'all come to this space, y'all girls don't even be tripping on you. Now you tripping on her. If it don't apply to her, let it fly. Don't come over here trying to philosophize. Let it fly. If your girl is a unicorn, it don't apply to her. It's all right if you keep listening to know about it, but don't be acting different towards no unicorn, man. If she a unicorn, then she's a unicorn. You don't, see, you about to lose a unicorn listening to people on YouTube. Why would you pump and dump a unicorn? Some people say, oh, there's no, man, are you God? I done heard dudes literally try to say all these women bad. All of them. Sound like bitterness to me. You could say most, you could say many, but when you say all, not only are you lying, but you sound bitter. So if your girl is acting right, man, you could watch me, but I wouldn't be acting no different towards no chick that ain't giving you no problems. Now what you need to do is you need to be ready for the switch. So if she switches, now none of that stuff from back then, that don't even count. She still would get dumped. That dude come on her job with the abs, now she all in his face. She used to be a unicorn. Now she a curious Bronco. Dump. But anyway, I hope that helps. These religious women, man, you ain't getting nothing no different. You ain't getting nothing no ever let a woman who claims to have faith lead you spiritual. They not supposed to lead us, period. Period. Like even in 1 Peter say, let him be won by the lifestyle of his wife. It's all right to cry, man. If you can't cry, something is wrong. You got a lot of bitterness. You hold grudges. You got a lot of resentment in your heart. It don't mean you tough. It just means somewhere you done lost your way. Cause ain't nobody more powerful than the Most High. And I know when we be praying to him sometime, I guarantee you he gets emotional sometime. It ain't nobody more alpha or more dynamic or more powerful than him. So y'all dudes is faking. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let's get into some more stuff. We got a lot to talk about today in a little time. Thanks for watching.